it varies from time to time. Myself and Neil spend a lot of time together, and the girls will go off shopping together, and some people will like to go out drinking when others won't and stuff like that. So there are probably about 100 different groups at different times within the band. Like Ellen likes watching films, so does Ollie a lot of the time. I never like watching films, so I'll never be there. So it just kind of, different groups at different times. I get homesick, but I can deal with it. Like I live at home with my mum and my sisters, so I miss them. I sort of live half between Cardiff and half at home with my family, just because my mum's a better cook than I am. So I think we find it extremely embarrassing. Like if we're ever in a situation where somebody's like, "What do you do for a job?" and then we have to be like, "Well, not really good kind of in a band," and that's just really embarrassing. But it beats temping or beats working in the factory. So a lot of my favourite bands of the past decade or so have been British bands. I just think in the current musical climate there aren't very many British. There are a few British bands that are very good bands and that are doing something exciting, but a lot of British bands don't show any ambition in their sound, and I think we find a lot more that we generally like in America and in Canada. So I guess we all just grew up listening to American bands, like especially like particular bands like Pavement and Sonic Youth, the two bands that me and Neil have always been a fan of, and so it's only natural that they should affect our sound more, I think. I don't like Mika at all, but the fact he won a Brit Award doesn't really mean anything to us, because I think
it's kind of irrelevant.
Unanimously the Brit Award results were pretty dire, and if they are the bands that British music, like the British people are celebrating, and it's a great shame. I mean, like Foo Fighters won Best International Band, Best International Album, and it's like, who listens to Foo Fighters? And it's like, I don't know, it just seemed very unambitious and boring and predictable, and it doesn't need to be on the album. It's something that's been released as a single in the UK, it's been released as part of the EP, and it doesn't, I think if it was on the album it would stick out a lot. It wouldn't fit, wouldn't work, and I think as a band we were aware that we wanted to keep an element of consensus from what's come before, but we also wanted to give people enough new stuff so that they wouldn't feel like they were being ripped off. And it's far more exciting for us to put out new songs and see reaction to that. So I mean, we still play We Throw Parties live sometimes, and it goes down really well, but I think it exists.